For great Christmas values and very special gifts, you can count on Sears. Sears, Roebuck and Company.
You hear those sleigh bells, Dan?
Oh, I hear them, Dal. They're coming. It's that time of year again.
Christmas time is here, and we are going to hit the rewind button and head back to 1991 tonight to revisit a Christmas tradition of old by paging through a Sears wish book.
Ever wonder what Santa would do without his elves? The Sears wish book. Just make a list, check it twice, then call 1-800-366-3000. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every order is backed by Sears, and Sears delivers anywhere. Of course, the elves would never leave Santa holding the bag. But it's nice to know he has a backup plan.
I remember these. These were always around the house. I have no idea how they got in the house, but I remember them being in the house. Did you have them in your house?
They showed up. Again, I don't know how they got there. I guess we were on the mailing list because I know my dad always had the Sears credit card to take advantage of the special discounts that they'd give you once a quarter or whatever it was. So I'm assuming that's how they got there, or either they were a special giveaway when you use the credit card in store and one ended up in your bag. I don't really remember how they got there either, but I remember paging through them, and I still do the same thing now. Even when I was looking through this one, the first place I went was the action figure page to see what...
Yeah, I treated the wish book catalog the same as I treat any store I go into. Is immediately to the toy section, then maybe the electronics, and then it's like, whatever afterward.
It was an interesting to go back into because I haven't looked at one of these in years, and just kind of revisiting how much stuff they cram in there from every corner of the store, and then every other thing imaginable, like tanning beds and just a whole gamut of crazy electronics.
It's unbelievable. This would be a website today. This is practically a website in a book. Like you said, it's an inventory of every single thing you would find in the store, from jewelry to makeup to clothes to the toys to the electronics. Just anything and everything you can think of that would be in this book. And it's daunting to think about being part of the team that would have to pull this off every year, because for those who don't know, one of these catalog books is over 800 pages. I think it's 806 pages.
Yeah, this one was at least 800 pages, yeah.
But man, and you said these came out once a quarter?
No, these came out yearly.
Yearly, okay. So that makes more sense. I was about to say, every quarter having come out with an 800 page like a catalog that shows every single thing you sell from every corner to the corner of a Sears store?
Well, they actually did two catalogs. They did this one at Christmas time, and then for a while they did the Sears Big Book, which was just another one that came out during the year and again had everything in it. And even stuff that they don't sell in the stores, like the Hickory Farms stuff.
Yeah, so they sell food in there too.
Yeah, and apparently back in the day you could actually buy houses through the Sears Big Book.
I think I heard about these. Were these the pre-made houses that you just kind of pop together like a giant puzzle?
So it's like you get all of the supplies you need and blueprints and instructions on how to build it, and it's shipped to your job site, and then you figure it out. Hopefully the instructions are better than on a lot of the self-assembly furniture kits you get these days.
I mean, I know you personally have had your own problems with just building a gazebo, much less building an entire house from scratch that gets shipped to your yard.
Yeah, I imagine the return process was not as easy as it is these days with the...
this house doesn't come with a basement? Take it back. Take it back.
That is not what we ordered at all.
So I don't know how long Wishbook's been around. Do you know?
Yeah, they were a big fixture for 60 years. First came out in 1933. Again, a seasonal offshoot of the Big Book. Everything in there, like you said, toys, gadgets, clothes, jewelry, computers, video games, VHS tapes. I had fun looking through. Christmas decorations, of course. And like we said, even things like tanning beds and other electronics that were never in the stores that I can remember.
You can count on Sears for great Christmas values. And only Sears has these unique gifts.
You can count on me.
The world's smallest pocket-sized shaver. So small it fits anywhere, goes anywhere, and is fully rechargeable too. There's the Sears LXI camcorder. With automatic exposure and focus, it's our easiest camcorder to operate and gives the best camcorder picture you'll find anywhere at this price.
You can count on me.
Only Sears has the rival frozen yogurt maker. For delicious fat-free frozen yogurt you make at home.
You can count on me. You can count on me.
And now Sears has the Sega Genesis 16-bit video game. Games that look, play, and sound just like the ones in the arcade.
So was Sears, for you growing up, was it like a big anchor store in your life? Was it any big part of like where you guys went shopping or special memories? Because for me, a Sears was no different than a JCPenney, a Belk's.
It was definitely one of the anchor stores at the Haywood Mall in Greenville, South Carolina, that I was probably visited with my dad once a month. He was gone during the week working, and then on the weekends he'd come back and he'd love to go shop a sale. And Sears and Montgomery Ward were two of his favorite stores to go into. So I spent a lot of time in Sears looking around at stuff over the years and getting stuff, especially at Christmas time. So for me, it was going through these books is more of a memory of just kind of like that kind of childhood shopping at the mall with my dad.
Did your dad ever order from one of these wish books? I've never known anybody to order from these wish books, not even my family.
No, he was very much an in-store shopper. Have to see it, look at it, inspect it, and then purchase it. But yeah, these things were big for 60 years, discontinued in 1993, resurrected briefly in 2007, and then around early in the 2010s, it went digital as an ebook, e-publication, and then it was gone again. Went the way of Sears, unfortunately. As of today, I was reading an article that there are only 5 left in America.
Which is amazing because I didn't think there were any left. Because I remember when all the ones around here shut down, and I thought that was it.
I thought they had pretty much bit the bullet too. I knew that there was still an online presence. So there's still a website with an e-commerce section that you can still buy stuff from. But I think all the brands like Craftsman and stuff, they've licensed out to other places, like Lowe's is selling Craftsman tools now. It used to be a Sears exclusive. But yeah, apparently there are 4 stores left. There are 4 that are in malls. They're all in Simon shopping malls across the country. And there's 1 freestanding one left in Florida. And that's it. And the article was basically like, if this fiscal year and this holiday season doesn't deliver some results, Sears is probably not going to be around for another holiday season. So
maybe your research can tell me this. So like I said, this is practically a website in a book. Like if today this would be a website, you would go to it, you would make your orders, they would ship it to you.
Yeah.
Do you know how exactly this worked back in the day? Like did they so the way it works is you're supposed to go to the back of the book, I believe, and you write down all the codes for everything you want to buy, like D7,
Correct.
E6, whatever, Z27, because everything has a code next to the picture of what it is,
An item
and a written description next to the picture of what exactly it is and what all it entails. But do you know from your research like how that works as far as like ordering? Like how do you factor in shipping and handling, you think, if you were to say to order half the book?
So there's a part in the book that has the mailing instructions. It's got instructions on how to factor all that in there.
Oh, okay. So you got to do math.
You got to do some math.
Back in the old days, I had to figure out my own shipping and handling, or else they didn't send it, and I lost all my money.
And then you got to. There's also you could call a 1-800 number or 1-something number, and you could place your order over the telephone too. I mean, it was essentially Amazon before there was Amazon. Like this is the first retailer that really opened up the department store to people in any part of the country that you could have a post office at that you get stuff shipped to or picked up from. So, I mean, it was revolutionary for what it was. They weren't the only retailer that did this. JCPenney published wish books also from 1963 to 2012. Amazon's still doing it now. I don't know if you get the Amazon wish book. I've got one for the last 2 years.
No, you were telling me about that. I didn't know there was such a thing, and I definitely don't get it. But I also would have never expected that to be a thing.
Yeah, so for the past 2 years, I've received Amazon wish books in the mail. They're not very big, maybe 40, 50 pages, kind of highlight a few toys, a few other things. It's mostly toys and electronics, trendy stuff, name brand stuff. And every page has a QR code. So you can scan the QR code and then it'll open to show you a list of the items from the page on the Amazon app. And so it's interesting to see that it's still there. And it's nice to still kind of see the holiday photo shoots with the products. And because that's part of the fun of flipping through the Sears wish book. It's not just photos of the products. It's,
is a capsule of a period of time that doesn't exist anymore. Essentially, it's a time capsule of 1991 is what we're looking at. It's like these are the fashions, these were the movies that were influencing like the products at the time. This is where technology was and how advanced people had gotten. But yeah, 1991, I was noticing flipping through this, apparently the most consistent things I was seeing for the kind of stuff we're interested in that were in the book was you'll see a lot of products that were centered around Super Mario Brothers, Garfield, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And I was drawn immediately to all of the Garfield stuff and the Ninja Turtle stuff. I was surprised too. I was looking through all the VHSs they had for sale. This was the year that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 was released on VHS around Christmas time. And I was surprised that didn't make the cut in the catalog, probably because it was not available when they had to actually photograph all of the VHSs and put together the list.
Yeah.
The first movie was in there, but the second one was not.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, a perfect holiday gift, rated PG.
I was a little surprised at how little Batman stuff there was.
Right.
Like Batman came out in 89, we're in 91, so it's 2 years after the movie came out, and Batmania, I guess, has died down. We're right. I think Batman Returns came out in 92, so we're still before that. So so Batman products are still hanging on in there, but they're not as everywhere as I think they would have been in the 89, 90 Wish Book catalog probably. But other movies and TV shows that I thought were interesting, while they didn't have a lot, there was at least one thing, and it's like, oh yeah, this obviously 1991. They had clothes for, they had like a onesie for kids to wear of the Flash from the 1991 TV show. They had like a sweatsuit outfit of the Rocketeer that I saw that was in there. And what really made me laugh was I saw that there were some kid PJs for the Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner.
Yeah. I was suckered into that page too, and looking at the track suits or the sweater suits with the Ninja Turtles and Mario.
Oh, those look so bad.
Yeah, they look so bad, but I kind of like, I would have probably worn that when I was that age. And
I would only worn it if my parents bought it and said, hey, wear this. But
the real one that caught my eye, though, was that satin windbreaker Ninja Turtles outfit from that same page with the Robin Hood pajamas. It's like a black satin windbreaker, but on the back it's got the Ninja Turtles stitched on it. And I was like, if I could find one of those in my size today, I would rock that thing.
I believe that. Because I just saw you rocking a Pimp Daddy reindeer
Christmas
velvet outfit tracksuit yesterday.
Velour tracksuit. Yeah, I wear that to Christmas parties this time of year. So maybe 3 or 4 times in December, I pull that thing out. I pulled it out for a mutual friend's Christmas party the other night. So yeah, I would rock that. Other clothes that I thought was interesting was the McKids clothing line. This is something I completely forgot about till I was paging through this book. It was kind of a clothing line for like toddlers and younger kids. So Sears partnered with McDonald's to sell this clothing line, apparently back in 1987. And then it kind of blossomed and grew over the next few years. Some malls even had freestanding McKids stores, like little smaller stores in the mall that this entire product line filled up. Where I went to Sears, it was a area within the store. And there would be McDonald Land characters on all the fixtures and artwork, like on the walls in that little section. And, the characters would change seasonally. So I was too old to want to wear the clothes, but I always wanted to go over there and like look around at the displays and just see what the McDonald Land characters were into.
So were the clothes? Did they have McDonald characters on them? Because in this wish book, in the 1991 Sears wish book, I found the page that got you talking about this. It clearly said McKids in like the girls section, but I didn't see anything on any of the clothes that was Ronald or Mayor McCheese or the Fry Guys. I didn't see any of that. So did the clothes have the characters on them, or what was the deal? Why did they call it McKids?
So in my memory, there was a few like patterns that did feature the characters, but yeah, it was mostly like an Oshkosh kids, just general kids wear, but it was McDonald's branded. It was the McKids clothing line.
I mean, this sounds good. Yeah. I mean, that's almost like saying, "Oh, yeah, this is a Ninja Turtles clothesline," but you don't see turtles in anything. It's just everyday clothes you would see on kids at school.
Yeah, just regular stuff from the sweatshop that just had that MC logo on there that you could identify those golden arches.
There's a magical place at Sears. Wow! Called McKids.
Rubble, rubble.
From a grown-up point of view,
Mommy!
it's perhaps the brightest, most colorful collection of children's clothes ever seen. But what you see there will depend entirely on how old you are.
Ernie, Lisa, see anything else you like?
And how closely you look.
Nice place, don't you think?
McKids, exclusively at Sears.
So regarding other things that screamed, well, let's start with the cover. You said you thought the cover was dysfunctional 1990s. How I'm not quite seeing eye to eye with you on that. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so the cover, to me, screams 1990s dysfunction. What I mean by that is you look at the cover, and it's got this presumably family. I don't know. It's like, you ever seen that Family Guy skit about the multi-ethnic street gang from all the 80s and 90s movies?
Oh no, it's a multiracial TV gang, including white guys.
Well, what do we got here? Let's beat him up, but not because of his color, because that doesn't matter to us.
But it's like you've got like this woman who appears to be at first glance like the mother, and she's got this grin on her face where she's like, just take this damn picture so I can get out of here. You've got this kid who looks like he's dropped his glove and has jumped off. They're sitting on a one-horse open sleigh,
right?
But they're facing the wrong direction. So the horse is behind them. They're facing the wrong way toward the camera. So they're all sitting awkwardly. One kid is like crammed in the corner. Then you got this little toddler who appears to have jumped off to grab his glove. Only the woman and this little Asian girl are looking at the camera. I'm sure the little Asian girl could take instruction very well. And the other kids are all looking.
Good gosh, Dale.
They do very well in school, John. Or Dan.
What? How much have you had to drink, or I'm no longer who I am?
Sorry, they do very well in school, Dan. Yeah. Well, that can
Wait. Who you been doing podcasts with? Who's John?
I talk about a lot of other 90s and nostalgia stuff with a buddy of mine who's named John. So, 2 letters off there.
You must argue with John a lot.
It's been known to happen. Anyway, so I was just looking at that cover, and then you open it up, and inside the cover, it's got this like quintessential 1990s like voiceover script that I can just hear like the voiceover guy reading. Might I share it with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Take
it away.
Remember the excitement of the holidays when you were a child? Chances are, the wish book was a part of all the fun as you searched for that special toy you hoped Santa would bring. Just because you're a grown-up now doesn't mean the fun is over. Recapture the joy of the season by discovering the easiest, most convenient way to do your holiday shopping. With the perfect gifts just a phone call away, you'll have more time to celebrate with friends and family. That's Christmas, the way it should be.
Oh my God, now I have a whole new visual in my head of how painstaking it must have been to be these phone operators. That's like, okay, so you want which one? You want J1, right? You want, okay, J1. Now, what's the next one you want? Z23? No, Z25. Okay. What? How many were these? Oh, God. Okay, I'm with you.
Hopefully in 1991, it was easier to get somebody on the line. You didn't have to call and be like, operator. And then they have the AI bot say, I don't understand your request. Please tell me how I can help you today. Did you know you could do this on our website in 4 easy clicks? And I'm like, no, I can't, or else I would not be on the phone with you. Operator.
It's called Amazon, Dale. You just click on what you want and order it.
Yeah, anyway, we're not here to talk
We
about
know you know
modern
what you're talking about because I'm not John.
We're not here to talk about modern frustrations. We're here to talk about...
Hi, I'm Dan. I've been your best friend since 2005. 20 years of friendship down the toilet because you can't remember my damn name.
I meant Dan. It just came out wrong.
John, if you're out there, you're being sorely missed, apparently. So anyway, okay, so just going through this book, things that scream 1991. The one thing that you brought to my attention was the video painter.
Now, when you turn on your TV, you can turn on your imagination. With Video Painter, what you draw is what you see right on your TV. And there are all kinds of pictures that appear at the push of a button. There's even animation. So now you can turn an ordinary TV into a masterpiece. Video Painter from VTech. Turn your TV into a work of art.
Yeah, the Video Painter, I don't remember this product at all, but it caught my attention when I was going through the pages and I had to look it up. So it was basically this like external tablet that looked like any other tablet toy for kids at the time with little buttons.
Which there are tablets today that do this same function, like with Photoshop. You just plug in this little tablet, like you said, and you just do like a stylus pen on it, and whatever you draw on the stylus appears on the computer screen,
right?
That you're drawing in real time.
But there was no computer involved. This actually went onto your TV screen,
right?
Yeah, so I thought that was wild. I was like, okay,
because it was more like a video game console,
right?
And see, I actually have a funny story about this. So when I was growing up, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a toy that I remember as an artist. I was super excited that my parents bought me from Toys R Us. Not as a gift, but we went shopping and I saw it. It's like, oh, I'd love to try that.
Was it a Magnadoodle?
No, it was an LJN video art. And what that is the same concept. It's where you put a cartridge in and you have the option of using a joystick to either freehand draw something on the TV screen, just like like a video game console. You plug in the video game console, it pops up on the screen, and it has a joystick. And the joystick either allows you to free draw something on the screen, or it gives you black and white images that you can color in. Like it had, what made me want to get it was, it has Spider-Man. So it would give you black and white image of Spider-Man, and you could color in the different images of Spider-Man fighting Dr. Octopus or whatever. But what was so stupid was, if I remember this correctly, because I wasn't happy with it,
Video art, draw my own stuff, make my own shows, it even erases, see, off it goes. Video art, now the best thing on TV is me, video art.
It wasn't like a paint bucket tool. You couldn't just click in the different areas and make them into different colors. You actually had to take this joystick and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a real pen to color in every inch of this screen to make it whatever color you wanted Spider-Man and whatever's going on to be. And I was so frustrated and so mad at this thing that we ended up taking it back to Toys R Us to get our money back. And I don't remember if I got something else different, like an action figure or whatever, but I just never forgot that we got this stupid LJN video art product. It sucked ass, and we took it back, and I never thought about it again.
Well, this is probably would be the same level of frustration, because it sounds like it works the same way.
Well, at least with the stylus, you got more of control, because I've worked with...
Not just a joystick.
Yeah, I mean, the joystick, it was just so... I can't describe... You have to actually do it to understand just how frustrating it is to use a joystick versus a stylus pen.
Yeah.
So at least you have more control. And it's almost like the equivalent of, for instance, trying to draw on a TV screen using an Etch-a-Sketch for a remote control. It's almost like that same level of frustration, because you know how difficult it is to come up with how to draw images with an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, a lot of vertical lines.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm sure both of us spent a lot of time looking at the action figures.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, there weren't a whole lot of Batman toys out. I think it was the Toy Biz Heroes line that they've re-released now as like the McFarlane Classics, right? Where most of the ones featured, and they had the Bat Cave, the Toy Biz Bat Cave, as one of the things you could purchase.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Toy Biz had anything to do with Batman. Toy Biz was Marvel.
I'm pretty sure the Toy Biz Bat Cave.
I'm not sure enough to disagree with you, but I just know from what I had collected over the years, Toy Biz was mainly Marvel. Kenner was the Batman stuff.
So at the same time, they actually had Kenner line, and then they had the Toy Biz line.
Batman's battle against crime never ends, and now you can bring the action home.
Batman, ha-ha, you missed. Yeah, but I only missed once. You can't escape Joker. Just watch if you can. You won't be alone for long.
And in the Batcave,
no criminal can hide from Batman. Batman, gotta run to jail.
Each item sold separately from Toy Biz.
I'll just take your word for it because I'm not sure enough to argue it. but yeah, you're right. But looking at the action figure page, I actually had this book growing up, so I remember looking at these specific pages mainly because of the Captain Planet stuff. But looking at it now as an adult, I'm not that nostalgic looking at it, and the reason is because I'm looking at pictures of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, based on that movie. I'm looking at pictures of some of the first X-Men toys ever produced, a little bit of what was left over from the 89 Batman. I'm looking at Captain Planet. I'm looking at Swamp Thing, all from, I think Captain Planet was Kenner. I'm not quite sure, but I know Swamp Thing was Kenner.
Kenner, yeah.
But I'm looking at these figures, and the reason why I'm not feeling nostalgic is only because I either own these now, or they've always been on my radar since the 90s, so it's not like they ever went away. Even the Turtles, the Ninja Turtles, there's plenty of those figures in this toy section as well. But so there wasn't anything I saw that was like, oh, wow. It's like, I haven't thought about that in forever. It's like, no, I've been thinking about this pretty constantly because no one ever let this stuff go, and it still circulates in collections like nonstop to today.
Yeah.
What really surprised me was how big of a section they have for the girl toys.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there was page after page after page of dolls and kitchen sets, and especially the RC remote control toys that were throughout this book. But I feel like the action figures actually did not get that big a section.
I agree. They were limited to like maybe 2 to 3 pages and kind of intermixed with other things.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves toys until I saw them again. I remember having some of them. I think I actually got the VHS tape for this Christmas in 1991.
Attacking evil with the swiftness of an arrow, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
With our battle wagon, we'll storm the evil sheriff of Nottingham's castle. I see him! Launch catapult!
No one gets in here!
Ram the door!
You put the wagon together. Figures sold separately.
Prepare for battle!
You're no match for my dark warrior.
Down you go!
Castle not included.
Friar Tuck, look out! Now for you, Sheriff!
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I remember watching it as a kid, but even like the last time I watched it, it was kind of a long, boring watch. I mean, it had some good moments in it and some good scenes, but
it was one of those. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't kid entertaining enough. I will agree with that because while I do remember parts of it, I don't remember it well enough to be like, oh, it was the greatest movie ever, or I watched it all the time as a kid. In fact, I mean, I would dare say Rocketeer was a better movie than Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, but that's only because Rocketeer, I remember all these cool, fun action sequences and villains and stuff going on. But yeah, Robin Hood, it was what it was.
I guess they would sell toys for anything, even like R-rated RoboCop movies and Aliens and Predator and
I mean, that was around the time where any movie they would try to maximize like some profit off of. It's like that's when they were still making action figures off movies like Last Action Hero and Demolition Man,
The Terminator,
and Mission Impossible. Terminator. I mean, that was when movies were still a big enough deal. They would really try to branch out and all like tentpole kind of licensing opportunities that they could. And speaking of licensing opportunities, not to segue too fast here, but one thing I also found interesting that was a sign of the times was the section on telephones.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I had completely forgotten like just how fun telephones used to be. Like before, everybody had their cell phones in their pockets, you could have either just a plain generic like just phone that laid around your house, or you could get something as exciting as a phone that was modeled after either you could have a shoe that doubled as a phone. You could have Ziggy from your Sunday comic strips, Mickey Mouse, Garfield,
yep.
And I just thought that was so funny just to see all those styles of phones from the day and recognizing some of them even that were in my own household.
Yeah, I recognize some of the ones too. And Garfield phone that you mentioned was one that I was always interested in. If you've never seen it, the cradle of the phone is shaped like Garfield's head and
back,
and the phone is actually like his back, and then the cord that connects the phone to the cradle doubles as his tail. That was almost one of the things that I picked that I guess we can kind of jump to. We were going to pick 3 things from the Sears catalog. One thing that we'd like to have as a kid, one thing that we'd like to have now, and one thing that we could give away. And so that was one of the ones I was really leaning towards. I was
so when you were leaning toward which category? That's something you wanted as a kid?
That's something I'd still like today. I don't have any phone jacks in my house, but
you don't get a phone jack to enjoy a novelty phone.
Yeah. So what I actually ended up with for my first pick was the Garfield fish tank. It's on page 43 of the catalog. It's a 2-gallon fish tank. It cost $80 in 1991. And they're selling for $300 plus on eBay today. Wow. So it's a fish tank that looks like Garfield standing up, and the actual aquarium part of it is his belly.
Yeah, so that's almost like gives you the idea that Garfield ate the fish, and now they're swimming around in his stomach acid. But that's where the tank is his belly.
Yeah, I saw this Reddit thread. I was reading about this product, and I was going to try to see when it was released, and this, that, and the other, but I didn't find all that out. But somebody was commenting that they had one in his classroom that had 3 goldfish in it, and the goldfish's names were breakfast, lunch, and dinner because it was like the meals that Garfield had eaten.
That's clever.
Most people said that it was actually too small for fish, so you couldn't really use it for very long. I mean, I imagine 3 goldfish would be...
I was going to say, for it to be an adequate size aquarium, I guess it would have, or a fish tank, I guess it would have to be almost like a life-size Garfield. I can see why people would probably want that now if it's like the size of a life-size Garfield, but you're saying it's too small, so it's probably like half the size. Or
it says it holds 2 gallons of water, so
2
it
gallons?
Sounds like it should be pretty big. I didn't look up the dimensions, but
okay.
But yeah, it looks like it would be fun. So yeah, me now would have...
It's fun until you have to clean the tank.
Yeah, or until my cats break it because they're trying to get the fish out of the tank, which might happen. Knock it off the shelf, and then Garfield is gone along with the fish.
So that was what you wanted as a kid, right? If you had to gift yourself as a kid?
Yeah, as a kid, I would have liked that. And then today, I like I said, I would still like it today, but as a little kid, I always thought aquariums were interesting. When I was back in that time, you could go into Walmart and look at aquarium fish. And
I totally forgot about that. You're right. Oh my gosh. It's like that's something I always knew, but I totally forgot because they hadn't done that in so long.
Hasn't been there in probably 20 years, yeah.
Yeah, I think you used to be able to buy fish and birds.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Or either at least the stuff that you put in the bird cages they sold there in the pet shop.
I totally forgot about that, but you're right. You're right. You used to buy, yeah.
So that was always one of the little detours I'd make as a kid when we were in Walmart and go look at what kind of fish they had in the light of aquariums and thinking, oh, it'd be cool to have these. I think I even won a fish at a carnival when they would give away goldfish as prizes. The fish only lived like 2 days after that, but
See, I never had a fish.
Yeah.
I thought they were stupid pets.
Well, I guess so, but
So if I had looking through this book, if I had to give a gift to young me from 1991, I do remember this being on TV as a commercial, being advertised back in the day, but I never thought much about it. I never asked my parents for it. But now being an adult and seeing so many people talk about it, review it, I absolutely would have loved it as a kid. And I would even love it now as an adult if I ever got my hands on it for a reasonable price. the board game Tornado Rex.
I'm Tornado Rex, and I love to Rex. Smash, world, crash. Better listen to what I say.
He's Tornado Rex and there'll be nothing left if you get in his way.
The Tornado Rex game. Move your man up to win, but don't get knocked off.
Half tornado, half wild beast. Climb to the top,
But get past me.
Tornado Rex. I love to Rex. Smash, world, crash. Tornado Rex.
From Parker Brothers.
Oh, Rex.
It's definitely something that I just think is a lot of fun. I love just how elevated the board game is. I love just how it's designed and how the point of the game is you're supposed to be, and I never played it, so I might be wrong here about most of the rules, but my understanding is the general rule of it is you're playing these different people that are supposed to be climbing up this mountain as you roll the dice, but you're supposed to be every so often releasing this little spinning top you call Tornado Rex, which is like a little Tasmanian devil monster, and he makes his way down the mountain that you're trying to climb, and if he knocks you off, you got to start back over.
I remember seeing this commercial too now that you're mentioning it. I haven't thought about it in years,
Yeah.
but Tornado Rex. Yeah, I never played that one either.
Yeah, I never played it, but once I saw people's videos on reviewing it, it's like, well, that looks like a lot of fun. I would actually have enjoyed that. I would kind of wish I had that now. I'd play it. So what was the next section? Like what you would get yourself today?
What you would get yourself today. I also chose a board game.
No, what board game?
It's one that I don't ever remember seeing commercials for and never heard of. Again, I'll get there. Mall Madness is the name of the board game.
Got your credit card? It's Mall Madness.
Sale at the shoe
The
store.
new shop till you drop game that really talks.
Sale at the fashion boutique.
It's all the fun of a shopping spree. With Mall Madness, you get it all. A bank account and your own credit card.
Clearance at the sunglass boutique.
Mall Madness really talks. To win, buy everything on your list and be first out of the mall.
Attention mall shoppers.
Mall Madness, the electronic shopping game that really talks. From Milton Bradley. It's the mall with it all.
Why?
That is the
Why
question.
would you pick Mall Madness? This whole 800 pages of anything you could ask for today, and you pick Mall Madness?
Again, I saw this board game. I was like, I've never heard of this. So I had to look it up. It's a game that first came out in 1989 from Milton Bradley. It's still around today. Hasbro has a version. The most recent iteration came out in 2020. You can buy it for $50 on Amazon if anyone is so inclined. I am not so inclined. But what it did for me was it made me think of, again, going to the mall at Christmas time with my dad. And the whole purpose of the game is you have to travel around this mall via the game board, go into different stores and make purchases off of a shopping list with a credit card, and then you have to pay off the credit card. Then after you get a certain number of things off your list, you can leave the mall, and the first person to get back to the parking lot wins.
My God, Dal, I would have so much more respect for you if you had chosen either the sleeping bag of New Kids on the Block or Vanilla Ice, or even the tent that's designed to look like a G.I. Joe tank where you can stick your head up over out the hole on the top to be shooting people with a big turret gun.
I spent many minutes looking at the tent and sleeping bag pages too, kind of thinking about, I would like to
But you
have
picked
had one of those.
Mall Madness, and part of the game is paying off credit card debt.
Again, the only reason I picked
You're
this...
doing it now.
True, yeah. It's
In
no
real life.
fun.
You don't need a board game to do that now.
Again, the only reason I picked it is it just unlocked, watching the commercial just unlocked memories of me running around the mall.
You know what else unlocks memories going to the mall? Going to the mall.
Yeah, but it's terrible these days. Have you been?
Well, the mall here in Greenville is great. The mall in Spartanburg is awful.
Yeah, I was actually at that mall recently. It's
The Westgate Mall?
It's kind of getting, the Westgate Mall in Spartanburg. It's got some new stores in it that's breathing some life back into it.
What stores?
It's called Rural King. I don't know if you've ever heard of one.
What is that?
So, I like to do a lot of grilling in my spare time.
Oh, you lost me already.
Grilling and smoking of various meats. It's a store that I had heard about where you can get some good deals on grills, like when they go on clearance, or grilling fuel. Like I do a lot of pellet grilling. So you can get pellets for really cheap prices there, and they're supposed to be pretty high quality. So when I heard one was coming to town, I was excited about it and wanted to go look around. And it's only been open for about a month and a half, but that store was packed. It's like a Tractor Supply company mixed with a regular department store almost.
okay.
So it's in the old Sears, actually. Kind of ironic. That's
Okay,
what
yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about tonight. And yeah, and I didn't really go through the whole mall. We went to Costco, which is next to the mall, after we visited the Rural King. But it was crazy to see so many people actually at that mall and in that store, because the last time I'd been there a couple of years ago, it looked like a ghost town. There were not anything but those.
That is still my memory of it. Now, I have every right to say that the Westgate Mall sucks right now, and that is because I am born and raised Spartanburg. I grew up at that mall. I remember in how wonderful it used to be in its heyday. I remember when it had still a variety of stores in there, like a B. Dalton's for books and a KB Toys for toys. But and I even worked there for plenty of years.
That's right.
So I mean, I've got time invested in that place enough to know like when it was good, when it's bad, and lately when I've been visiting, it's been bad, and that's mainly because there's not enough variety of stores. Like almost every single store in there is nothing but clothes.
Our cell phone repair places.
The Sears went away. The Bed Bath & Beyond went away. They used to have 4 anchor stores, and I can't even remember what the first one was, but it got profits or something, but it was like completely torn down on the food court side of the mall.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a shell of what it used to be in its glory day, and that's really sad. But I am very happy with the Greenville Mall over on Haywood Road. I do think they do fantastic of just making it look lively and full and just a nice variety of stores. I mean, they have all kinds of different things like beyond clothing stores in that place.
There are still lots of fun things to look at in there. It's just not the same as it used to be for me. Maybe
See, and that's where we differ, because I don't have a memory of the Greenville Mall, because I've only been in Greenville for 15 years now.
Yeah.
So the rest of the time was at the Westgate Mall.
So many of the stores that I loved going into were, again, like you mentioned, B. Dalton, KB Toys. There was also Walden Books in there, and there was an arcade in there at one point.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so over the years, there have been a lot of interesting things in there, and now, it's, like you said, it's mostly just trendy clothes stores, and there's still a Spencer's and some interesting things to look at. Good food court.
Hot topic.
So what is your pick for what you would have wanted today?
So there's one thing I gravitated towards so hard in this catalog, the Sears Wish Book of '91, and it's just I couldn't stop staring at it. It was just so laughable, and that is the spy kit that were the walkie-talkie Pepsi bottles, where unto the unsuspecting eye would never have any idea that the straws in the Pepsi bottles are really antennas to walkie-talkies. And then next to that were the additional spy kit tools, such as a package of Reese's peanut butter cups that doubled as a camera to take pictures with, a Cracker Jack box with a hidden periscope in it, and another Pepsi bottle that could transform into a telescope.
I remember looking at this too, thinking, "Wow, this would have been fun to play with." Like you said, it might still be fun to play with.
It's great novelty gags. It's like no matter how old you get or when this came out, like this is stuff that's still around today. It's still relevant today as far as like something that is just laughable. It's like, what are you doing there? Are you eating your peanut butter cups? No, I'm taking your picture, but don't notice. So who are you talking to in your Pepsi bottle? Nobody.
Why is there a flash coming out of your Reese cup?
I don't think that's how you're supposed to drink your Pepsi. No, I'm getting a closer look at the stars.
Yeah, empty chip bag as a listening device. You just throw it on the ground and record some sounds. Missed opportunity on that one. Yeah, those
because I don't remember these. I never saw these back in the day. This is new to me. It makes me actually want to go online now and find this stuff just to tell people I have it.
I spent several minutes looking at that too, also thinking it was pretty cool. So I'm glad you chose that one. I still think it'd be fun to have the walkie-talkies too. I think that's probably the only one that, because I'm sure the camera doesn't work or you can't buy film for it now.
Yeah, that's a good question. I was like, it didn't really explain in the description of the catalog just if you can't develop film from it or not. Because I imagine this has to be like, I don't know if you remember this, but so back in the 90s, I remember commercials. I never had this, but I remember commercials for spy kits you could buy. And I remember they had like gimmicks and gags like an infrared light that could show you people's footsteps in the floor, but I'm sure it was just a light that showed like random stock pictures of footprints that would be anywhere you place the light, like on the ceiling or the wall even. But yeah, that was like a whole toy niche of its own back in the 90s, but I did just never seen these products.
I think especially like when like Pierce Brosnan stepped into that James Bond role, I feel like we got a new wave of those kind of toys that kind of hit the market. And
I don't remember that. I don't remember any spy tools being specifically maybe influenced or inspired by GoldenEye.
Me either. I was just trying to. I was just trying to have something
relevant. A bullshitter.
I was trying to have something relevant to say about your pick, but you got me.
Spy Tech, Case 101. The Whistler's made his move. Use your Spy Tech binoculars to keep him in sight.
He's coming your way.
The Spy Tech intruder alert detects his movement. You've lost him. Set up the Spy Tech long-range microphone. You can hear the smallest sounds like they were right up close. You've got him now. They have Spy Tech. Hey, no! Spy Tech. High-tech equipment that works. Each sold separately. Batteries not included.
The last category you had in your section here is what gift from this catalog would you gift to someone else?
Yes.
So what was yours?
So mine would be a pet treat dispenser bubblegum machine. One I would give to my cats. There are two of them pictured in the magazine. They're like the old gumball machines that used to be at the front of every supermarket. You put your quarter in, you turn it, and you'd either get one of those plastic sticky things that you would stick to something and then have to throw away because it got carpet lint all over it immediately, or one of those. You always wanted this one toy, but always got the.
But it's a gumball machine, but just full of dog treats or cat treats?
Dog treats or cat treats, depending on which one I guess whatever you want to put in there. But they have a handle on it. Instead of taking coins, it has a handle on it that you can train your pet to activate to dispense their own treats. So
no way.
So I thought it would be pretty entertaining to try to make this happen and train my pets around the house that we have these days to dispense their own treats. We had a dog that I'm sure could master that right away. I'm sure at least two of our cats, once they figured it out, that thing would be empty every single day. But I'm sure I'm looking at your dog as we record this, sleeping in the corner over here. I'm sure if you could teach him to operate a gumball machine that would give treats, it would be a monster.
I am sure he would.
How about you? What was your pick that you would like to
So
give
believe
away?
it or not, the gift that I would gift somebody from this catalog book is also a gumball machine, but it's the gumball machine with a telephone attached to it. I just found it ridiculous. It's like I found it something someone could always get some kind of enjoyment out of, because even if you don't use it for a phone, you can still use it for a gumball machine. But just the idea that you would combine the two is just so ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Be even great if it was like a rotary dial phone. Remember those? And
I still got one.
That's what activated the.
The Batcave,
the gumball machine.
Oh, the gumball.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, I'm saying if that was the mechanism.
That was the. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. In this catalog, it's I think it's a touch tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a touch tone phone attached to a gumball machine, but it's just, to me, is so random. It's like, just attach a phone to anything, and it suddenly becomes like a novelty phone. And that was the cream of the crop. When you attach it to something, you get candy out of it at the same time.
No kidding. Complete a phone call, have a piece of candy. What's wrong with that? Or while you're on the line with customer service asking for an operator, you can enjoy some candy while you wait. It's fun that we both picked board games and both.
It's scary because we didn't work that out beforehand at all. This is all surprise to us, like at the moment, like what we picked.
Yeah,
so that's very coincidental and surprising.
Kind of fun. Was there anything in there that you just completely unexpected that you didn't expect to see, or at the price that it was listed at?
I don't remember the price, but something I had never heard of, and I was kind of drawn into it, but I didn't make it one of my picks. Laser pinball.
Yeah, I remember looking at that too.
That was like in the very beginnings of the book, laser pinball. I was like, I had never heard of laser pinball. How does that look? Even the image of the pinball machine was like, this doesn't look like it makes any sense, but okay.
Yeah, I'm curious about how that worked too. The thing I saw in there that was like a steal of a deal was on page 683. If you're playing along on the home game, a 500 millimeter camera lens and a tripod for that lens for $129, and you can pick whatever brand that fits your camera. It's the same price. So this lens is one of those monster lenses where you could shoot a close-up of a bird flying at 300 yards away. One of those 2-foot long lenses that today would cost, for a good one, thousands of dollars. Who knows what? I don't know what quality this was, but it was just seeing a lens that size for that price for a professional camera with the tripod that you'd also need to be able to support the thing, because those are pretty heavy. For $129, I was like, wow. So it was fun to go back through and revisit all of these things, and just the sheer magnitude of what it must have been like for the team that made this. I've worked in marketing for the past 5 years now, and just trying to do a small publication where you've got to get information, you've got to create the content, you've got to write the copy. I can't imagine doing something on this scale and just the hours upon hours of first taking the pictures, writing the copy, and then trying to collate it all into a design that makes sense and has all the information. And I think they had to mail these out by like August. So
that's quite the undertaking. And I definitely would not want to do it myself.
So was this a holiday tradition when you were a kid to page through, not necessarily the Sears wish books, but the Toys R Us wish books or any of those kind of catalogs that would come in around this time of year?
I don't know about a holiday tradition. I remember doing it.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being like I couldn't wait for it to come every year and was expecting it. It just kind of happened, and then it was there, and then I would just hold on to it and thumb through it like every so often, just because I would want to look at the pictures of the toys.
Yeah.
Mainly.
Same. That's what I was always gravitated to, the pictures of the toys. And then I think I have mostly just more memories of this time of year, like the just regular ads that would come in on with the Sunday paper and looking at all the cool stuff that was for sale. So I think I'm thinking more of those memories than actually paging through these large books.
Yeah.
For me, it was always about the TV specials, watching Rudolph every year, and Charlie Brown, and those commercials that came on with those specials. I think that's where my
family had all the specials without the commercials recorded on a VHS tape over the time. So we had one VHS tape, and we always recorded at 6-hour speeds. So we had like
SLP.
Yeah. So we had The Night Before Christmas, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Charlie Brown Christmas, and the claymation California Raisins Christmas. We had like all those on one tape that we broke out every year and put in the VCR.
We also had that tape with many of those same things on there. Some of them were ones that my mom had stopped recording during the commercial breaks, and some of them were ones that still had a few of the commercials. And going back and rewatching those, it's the commercials that I find some of the most, because you can watch the specials anywhere, but it's those little moments that put it in that time period and make you think of where you were.
It breaks away from the Christmas theme we're on right now, but when I was growing up, my mother had recorded a Star Trek marathon off TV, and those did have the commercials. So I remember we'd pop that in every so often, and I'd be rewatching all these old 80s commercials that were G.I. Joe toy commercials from around 86, and the original commercials that were advertising playing the Lord of the Ring cartoon animated movie from like back in the day and stuff.
I'll go ahead and put it out in the ether for next Christmas season. We'll sit down and talk about some of our favorite old commercials from holiday specials past.
Oh, yeah, it'd be easy enough to find. There's plenty of people that pop compilations of those up on YouTube.
Yeah, so we'll look forward to that. In the meantime, thanks for hitting the rewind button with me, for going back to 1991 for this, paging through this Sears wish book. Hope you have a great Christmas, and I'm looking forward to creating some more content with you in 2026. Can you believe 2025 is coming to an end?
Yes, I can. Happens every year.
Seems to be happening faster and faster, though.
As we're approaching the grave, all the faster, Dale.
That's true. Well, Dan, tell us.
The ghost of Christmas future is taunting us every Christmas now.
You're right, yeah. All right, so Dan, where can people find more of the creative stuff you're putting out as 2026 approaches?
All right, as 2026 approaches, more of my stuff can be found at screamingsoup.com, as well as pretty much every other social media platform, from Facebook to Blue Sky to TikTok and X, YouTube especially. There you can continue to find our adventures of Dead West and Mandy and Billy in the Wild Weird West on Misadventures, while they review all kinds of scary movies.
Sounds like fun, especially as the next Halloween will be here before we know it. We'll probably blink and it'll be October again, since that ghost of Christmas yet to come is constantly knocking at our doors, like you said. And if you want more Rewind Button content, head over to therewindbutton.com. You can also look for us on all those social media platforms Dan just mentioned that Screaming Soup is on. Thanks for hitting that rewind button with us. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2026.
Merry Christmas, everybody.